Well, hello. I think we're live. I think. Let's just take a look. Well, how is everybody on this fine day? Hope you're all doing well and having a great day. So let's dive in. Actually, before we do, let me just there it is. All right, cool. We are ready to rock. And as we do so, let me just say that I'm in the process of looking for some folks to join me on a new project that I'm working on called the Bold Molder Files, which is all about creating an unprecedented breakthroughs and bigger futures, like those crazy misfits that can't resist just blowing up whatever seems to be the status quo and making some stuff rock and roll and happen. So if you're interested in either participating as a guest that has that kind of infliction or addiction, as it were, compulsion to blow up the status quo, and or if you're somebody that would like some coaching or some insights on this, and or somebody that is aspiring to that and would like to be participating in some way, shape, or form in the Bold Molders Files, the Bold Molder Files project, then just do me a favor, reach out, send me a private message, and we should connect as I start getting going. So, the subject of today, what are we going to discuss today, folks? Well, let's dive in and see what that's all about. Why is this not giving me the insights that I really would like? Well, let's just rock and roll with it, and we'll make do as it needs to. So this might be a very quick live stream, or it could be something really fun, depending on y'all watching and digging in with me. So can you fill this in? Can you help out and fill in the blank between these two spots? Let me tell you a blank story about blank. So crazy story, strange story, amazing, too good to be true story, unbelievable yet true story about blank. And I'm really curious as to anything. There's no limit to it, but just looking for some thoughts and some insights as it pertains to folks that are viewing in and perhaps seeing what's going on here, and what thoughts you might have. I do have some motivations or reasons, as it were, for asking this question in this fashion, but I'm just curious, like, what it is for you guys and where it might be. So while I'm waiting for this to kind of catch up with you all and see where there's some overlap and some interest or not, like I said, this might be a very quick live stream today. The question that I would pose to you is, how is this different than just going right in, jumping right in, and sharing what you have for somebody, what your motivations are, what your interior thought process is, what you're focused on in terms of what you want to have happen, versus sharing with somebody else something that they might be actually involved in and intrigued in and be come into your inner circle, so to speak. And a story does that. We're hardwired to react to stories. That's the way that, traditions get passed on. That's the way that beliefs get formed. It's all based around stories, telling people stories. And all of us have these stories that are running in our head, our narratives that we, are telling ourselves. A memory is nothing but a story about the way that we kind of believe something to be, or our interpretation through our filters of the way that it was. And thinking in terms of story not only helps you to tell a good story, but also engages people in a way that they will want to know more. And, we like a good story. We don't want to necessarily be pitched or pressured or anything like that. But, and maybe this is just too simple a subject for everybody that's tuning in right now, because you all got this down cold and you know this. If so, I'll give you another minute to share some blank story. Let me tell you a blank story about blank, and see where you go with it. So anyway, if you're just tuning in now, while we're waiting for anybody that would dare to share in the comments a blank story about, let me tell you a blank story about blank. Let me also just share with you that I am starting a brand new project called the Bold Molders Files. And if you'd like to be a bold molder that delivers, that is a guest on the show, or a contributor, or if you aspire to be, or if you want to be on the empowerment seat, so to speak, not necessarily a hot seat, but the empowerment seat to step up and kind of follow in the footsteps of bold molders. And my definition of a bold molder is somebody that can, look at what is right now, and that doesn't matter. And they create unprecedented results. They boldly mold an unprecedented, bigger future simply because they decided to. And the word unprecedented is really important, because it's not about what was. It's about creating from nothing because you decided to make it so. So if that sounds like something like that you either aspire to build your business in that fashion, or to make a contribution in the world in that way, reach out to me. Well, I guess this is going to be an extremely short live stream today, because either y'all are asleep and nobody's watching with me live right now, or you all just don't have any interest in sharing a blank story about blank, which is totally fine. Oh, I see painted up art. Is that you, Gene? Oh, okay. So you're in I guess that's, you're in your YouTube channel, maybe. I don't know. Oh, you're watching it on a YouTube channel is my guess, Gene. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So Gene, you'd like to be a contributor or a participant in some way, shape, or form of the Bold Molder Files. Cool. All right. Well, then we'll chat in our next NPod consulting session about where and how and what that's going to look like. Cool. It's cool. All right. So you're in the channel. I don't know whether you were saying yes, you'd like to be a part of the Bold Molders project, the Bold Molders Files, or whatnot, but doesn't really much matter. We can chat more about it. While I got you here, Gene, do you have a blank story about blank that you'd like to share in some way, shape, or form? I'll let you answer that question in a second. I happen to know a little bit about you because working with you as a client of ours. I love the way that you tell the stories of your art and how that all comes into play. And let me tell you a crazy story about going to a party and everybody bringing the same gift and looking like an idiot. and that type of thing. So this is just a simple prompt that gets us to start thinking in terms of a story, to portray like a fairy tale is a story. The moral of the story is blank, blank, blank. A funny story about a bee, about a bitch. I don't know what that means. A funny story about a blank. Yeah, okay. Funny is great. Shocking, amazing, crazy, strange, all of these adjectives or that can put us in the right direction about the journey and where it's going. About a bikini. Let me tell you a funny story about a bikini. So is that I Dream of Jeannie bikini? Not to be confused with eating a panini. I'm just getting crazy. Oh, you're at the bikini shop in Cocoa Beach. Got it. Okay, cool. So you're working away at one of your outlets there that carries your artwork, huh? Well, cool. We're glad that you're spending some time with us. Well, if there's nothing else on the topic of stories and using stories and sharing a story, then we can call it a wrap for today. The thing, though, that I just came into my head is as I'm kind of interacting here with Jean and just talking about, let me tell you a funny story about a bikini shop or, happening in a bikini shop. The interesting thing is that my brain immediately started to make up additional details to that story that would be kind of interesting. And also my brain, I don't know if everybody else is the same way, but my brain, my thought process was like, how can I, what comes next? What is this crazy or funny story about a bikini shop, or about wearing a bikini, or I Dream of Jeannie in a bikini, or whatever. And so my brain was already engaged and already asking for the next piece of the puzzle. Like, where are we going to go from here? What comes next? Where is where is this actually going? And it left me in anticipation, curious about the next steps. And so, just think about that when you're thinking about your marketing, because it's so simple, yet it leaves people engaged and, like we were talking about earlier, wanting more, looking for more, etc., etc., etc. All right, folks. Well, with that, I'll talk to you tomorrow, and we'll have Telman back with us tomorrow as well. He'll be back from the woods unless they his witches didn't let him come back. I don't know. Anyway, with that, we'll see you later. Bye.